to Ladies Night. It's your favorite lady. Hi everyone, how are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing
Wonderful.
good. Thank you, Miss Lackey. Hey, Real Talk 87. We are gonna get started tonight, and I'm trying to figure out which one is the best topic to get started on. You know what? Let's talk about Miss Chris Harrison for a second. So, Chris Harrison, who is the presenter for The Bachelor and The Bachelorette for 17 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time.
Very long
He
time.
has left the show and will no longer be returning to the show due to the racial incident on the last, was it the last season of Bachelorette?
Yes,
I haven't watched.
it was the
Okay,
last
the
season.
last season of
They had,
Bachelorette.
they had their first African American man.
Or Rachel. Oh, the
No, I thought
Bachelor
it
or
was
the Bachelorette?
Rachel.
It was the
I,
Bachelor. He had the first African American man.
but I thought it was something with
Yeah, I thought it was
Rachel.
about Rachel.
Okay, Rachel is the was the contestant, and she was talking to the black man, and she
Oh yeah, and then she
Oh,
became you're right. She became the first black Bachelorette after
mhm,
that. Okay, gotcha.
okay.
yeah.
So, yeah. So he has been
Mhm.
fired. He's exiting the show due to the racial issue that had happened on the last Bachelor. And he's also getting an eight-figure payout. And he's not allowed to speak about his exit. I want to hear what you guys have to think. But I think, Andrea, do you watch the show?
Yes,
I
I do.
used to. I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah, I
So I
watched.
don't even know what the racial issue was.
Okay,
Explain
so
that to us.
what happened? What happened was Rachel. She was a bachelorette. She was an African American woman. Okay, and they had a white woman who was on the new season with the black man, and she was down south, and down in the south area. Y'all a little back with it. I'm just saying. She had this little white. They had this gown on, and they was like what you do in the South, like but with slaves and stuff. And so Chris was like, Rachel, what's the problem? And she was like, if we would have done that, it would not be okay. And then he was like, in this climate, did she do anything wrong? Blah blah blah. He dismissed her and blah blah, and that's what happened. But to me, Chris Harrison is not the problem. He's just a symptomatic of the problem with ABC. Okay, because ABC really wanted to be diverse. They would have had more black men and black women on their show. The only
Hmm.
reason they started doing that because people started complaining about it. So I don't think Chris was the problem. He was just a symptomatic of the problem.
So I wonder why he's leaving.
I think Chris is like, I'm good. Look, give me my money and go. Give me my money. I don't gotta work. You give
Well,
me.
I thought it was because of the statement that he made. That's what I was reading earlier
Yeah,
about how can she exude, this personality and exist in this space. You know, it was
but
kind of saying like you really don't belong here.
But of course, I mean, look, let's be honest. The Bachelor is filming in Hollywood. Of course, Chris lives in Hollywood. Do y'all think he gonna be acting like, oh, we care? He care about us? No, he don't. Look,
That's true.
he co-host for 17 seasons. It ain't him.
Hmm.
He just trying to get his money. So I mean,
Right.
you want him to be politically correct. You want him to be. You want him to understand our needs and our wants. He don't. He don't get it. He don't come from our neighborhood.
Yeah, and they only
But
recently started putting black people on
Yes,
as the Bachelor
yeah,
Bachelorette.
true.
I
Bachelor
mean,
has
it
always
hasn't
been
been.
white. It's always been a white show.
It has, for real.
Period.
But I don't know. Maybe he could have been a bit more sensitive. The statement, I wish, I'm on my phone, but I wish I could pull it back up with reading it. You don't have to speak to, the elephant in the room. Like, how can we exist in these places? Like, I'm proud of you for even being able to handle yourself so eloquently and things like that. Like,
Hmm.
Well,
well, you
that's
thought I was gonna come out here and cut up because I'm black?
to me to me he, like I said, he ain't the problem. He's the symptomatic problem because to me that's what he believes. That has been bred in him. That's to me, he's been braided like that. That's what he grew up believing.
Yeah.
So my thing is, what do we expect? Do I want to change from Chris?
It's because he represents a network, I think, and unfortunately, when you under these contracts, you just gotta dance to their tune. You can't just be out here saying things because the network owns you.
Yeah.
And which is unfortunate, but I mean, I feel like a lot of, like the comedians say, like eventually we're never gonna be able to do stand up anymore, have any jobs, because like you can't say anything without somebody being offended and me getting canceled and me losing my livelihood. So it's not even worth it. I'm not doing any jokes. Like,
okay, my question is Chris hurting for money? I don't think so.
Obviously not, because if they giving him an eight figure walkaway deal, then yeah,
his wife is doing just fine. He ain't gotta talk. He can go sit on a beach with somebody. He doing fine. The kids still going to private school. They still going. They social life. Come on now, he ain't hurting money.
But that's like you said, it's the network's problem, because why would you give him a payout, a walkaway payout? Or other than maybe that was just written in his contract. You know how legal stuff works. Like maybe,
or maybe
they owed him something and it was just best to break ties, like walk away early and I'll pay you out the rest of your contract if you just walk away early and we don't discuss, terms. That way we don't have to get into all of this.
Or maybe he knows some secrets behind all that, and they gonna go ahead and get paid the money and say, "Do you?" and don't talk about it. I'm just saying.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, if he wasn't that involved in it, I mean, shoot. You know what celebrities do and open up their mouths about stuff all the time. It has nothing to do with them, nor do they need to get involved, and yet they do, and then they kind of mess up and end up in these publicity issues, right? So, I mean, although he wasn't the one that was making the racist comment, apparently I just read something where I think he turned around and said, "I'm not the woke police."
Right.
Or something like that. Yeah.
He said the woke police are out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he said that he's surprised that Rachel was woke enough.
Yes, he did
to handle herself,
Yeah.
But I still say I don't blame Chris. I blame the network. I blame they hired this white man to be on their season, to look the picture, look the parts. It's all, this is the network. This is ABC. They hired Chris to be a white man, to come on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and be the host and do all that bullshit because they know how he feels. Come on, this ain't nothing new.
Yeah,
I'm gonna feel sorry. He does a good job. I mean, I thought he was a good job as a host.
Yes, I did. I thought he was a good host. I mean, I thought he was a good looking man. It was a good host. And I'm like, Chris, go on, do you? Just go and get your money and stay on and beat your Maui. The kids still going to private school. The wife is still happy. Got check hair coming to the house. Come on now. What we talking about? I'm just saying.
Well, you know what? I wish Chris the best. I don't know who they're gonna get next, because it's weird. Like, I think once a network does that, I think it's really strange. Like, unless that person died or something. Yeah. I just think if you've had like 17 seasons of the exact same host, people ain't gonna take to the new host. No, they ain't really gonna like them because they used to what they used to.
Not even the black guy they brought on there to host the last Bachelor, the last season. I mean, he was a football player and he got a book and everything, but it just didn't feel right when he did it. So sometimes you're gonna mess up your show changing hosts too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that means it had to be worth it. They needed him to walk away. So, like you said, Andre, it may have been something bigger, behind that.
He know all the secrets. 17 years, you don't know those secrets.
Oh yeah, he knows the whole show.
You know the whole show. So they gonna say, "I'm gonna pay you where the money reside. You go on and be on the
but you can't talk.
Wife is happy. You happy. The kids happy. We still got a paycheck coming in this house."
He signed that NDA. You can't talk about nothing. Take that money and leave.
Right.
But my thing is, good luck to them, because I don't know if that show's gonna last. They may just have one more season and that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't have enough it was just all white to me. White. And I was just like, then they sprinkle in a few black sisters there, and they all leave like the first two episodes.
Yep.
And
on the first 2 episodes, black people going home, so we already knew that.
But then eventually they started keeping the black person to like closer to the end, right?
And
like,
then now you out.
And then you out. Like, yeah. I'm like, what? Why do that?
Yeah, so and that's why I did watch Rachel's, and I was so upset that she didn't take the younger black guy, that was in the running. Dang, what's his name? Oh gosh, I forgot his name. I should have looked it up. But
I think I watched Rachel's too. I can't remember.
Yeah, I feel like they should have made him the bachelor, and that would have. I think that would have made it okay. I think that would have smoothed things over with the black community if they would have put him on there, because then it's not all about, because he wasn't the black bachelor. He wasn't that common when he was young. He was hip, you know, he knew how to like freestyle, but he still had a business, but he wasn't suited. He wasn't, you know, just well put together. He was like a regular guy, you know, and that we needed to see more than that, because most of these guys are just in these stuffy suits and they're talking about nothing, you know, all day. But
and the bachelor who they picked as a black bachelor, I didn't like him. He wanted all
because he wasn't
him either.
Yeah, he wasn't what we were looking for.
What's the point of being on the show if you ain't gonna pick no black girl? You picking all the white girls. I'm just saying. I mean, you a black.
So I just want to make sure that we're clear. Okay. He got fired because, was it systemic racism? The reason why he got fired, or
he just said some things that could look bad for the network. His comments,
he's white,
his public comments, and he didn't get fired. They parted ways. Yeah, they parted ways.
He left. Was it because he wasn't a hardworking man?
You're right, Nita. I think you're right. I think it's because he's white.
And is it because he's white? Is it because he got removed, or is it because he was just, you know, working hard and then decided to, you know, it's his time? Was they being unfair to him?
But I do.
Because you should be able to say whatever, right, and do whatever.
Amen. You should be able to. I guess we're gonna see what happens. Is I wouldn't be surprised if the next season tanks and not that many people watch it, or they switch off after the first couple of episodes. Because I stopped watching after the guy. He got boring. I was just like, I don't want to watch this. It's stupid.
When I saw who he was, I was just like, no, because y'all went and got a token brother, like that still caters to a certain audience. When you had a more than capable brother on the last, take the ones from the last show and give them a chance, and put him out in front of people, and you know, but no, they don't want to water down their brand. That's what it is, I think.
Well, good luck to them, because I think the next season's going to tank, and then I wouldn't be surprised if Chris ends up getting begged to come back, because they're gonna realize that he's a big part
on another show. What if Chris get on another show?
Yeah,
he may. They may take too long. Who knows? Let's see what happens. I don't know, but go on, Chris. Take your 8-figure payout and work on out and live a great life, sir. Okay.
Thank you. That's what I say.
So, y'all, I want to know what you guys think about this, because this is interesting to me. So, Mr. P.Diddy is in the news this week, and he apparently has robbed a black teenager's business idea and announced that he is coming out with his own Circulate app, which I guess promotes or shows black businesses. It's there to support and help other black businesses. But the idea originally came from a teenager. The teenager is now speaking out about it because he wants everyone to know that this is not Diddy's idea, and this actually came from him. I want to know what everybody thinks about this. Do y'all think Diddy was wrong? Do you think the teenager's just in his emotions? Do you think the teenager's right for what he's doing? And the teenager's name is Dixon Kaiser, FYI. Okay, let me know what y'all think. And he's a little black boy. He's 17.
This ain't Diddy's first time. So This is not Puff Daddy's first time selling somebody idea, baby. How you protect yourself? You should never tell him this. I would have never told him about
this wasn't the first time Diddy has done that.
Yes, this ain't the first time he.
That's all he does. Yeah, that's all he does.
So this could be like a situation where, you know how like when everybody was mad at Kanye because his church or his choir or whatever, they wasn't getting treated right and all that kind of stuff. And it really wasn't Kanye's fault. It was more of the people who work for Kanye, but it just said Kanye because he's over it. Could that be the similar situation as long with P.Diddy? No.
That's always the scapegoat. That's like the class, the picture perfect, like go to when you get caught with your pants down, basically out here.
But did the boy go to Diddy? Like, did he tell Diddy about the idea?
He put it out on social media and like start adding him and hashtagging and speaking out about it to get awareness to it.
Probably.
So my thing is, the first thing you should do, protect yourself. Had a lawyer look at your stuff before you put it on social media and make sure you copyright all of that. And then, where your mama at?
But to be fair, it's a fine line with that too, because you can have two of the same things. So, you know, you can have two of the same ideas. They can't. It'll have to be like it'll have to be exactly the same. So if he tweaked anything in there, he's legally able to do that.
Okay, so
as long as he changes something.
To me, and I have a problem.
Oh yeah.
I have a problem with Diddy, a young black man growing up, trying to do his thing, and you can't even like, hey, I'm gonna support you. Hey, we can go on at 50-50, something like that. I mean, go. You got money. Diddy got money. You can't even go and say, I want to buy this and let you be on the thing. Come on, that's a bullshit. And Diddy knows.
Yeah, we would have to know details. Kind of like Nita said, like maybe because he pays people to go do these things, but he should have on Diddy's side, he should have had someone screw up the internet and research and see, what's out there. So either way, Diddy should have.
I'm sure the boy would have loved to have heard from Diddy himself. Have a meeting with him. My thing is, like, Diddy would look like so much more of a better person if he helped him.
But I don't think he cares about how he looks, because in the game of getting money. Like they are ruthless out here. They're not morally correct. Like they're not like you guys here that are, straightforward and honest, hardworking people. These people get money by any means necessary, and they want more and more and more, and they'll do anything to get it. And stuff like this happens, and they don't give a damn about the people on the bottom. Because what can you do about it?
Okay, but that means your morals and values? Does that mean you got to cross everybody to get to the top? Is that
but that's what successful people do. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Well, most successful people do. If you go down the line, they out here like stealing and just doing all kind of stuff because it's just to get to the top, man. A lot of people are just greedy and they don't want to do the work. It's easier to steal than it is to roll your sleeves up and and actually work. And people are just greedy, like the dollar, chasing that dollar is crazy out here just to see the things that people do.
But this makes me mad what Diddy did. I mean, I remember back in the day when he had Bad Boys and he would say, I'm a struggling actor, and Andre Rell helped him get where he at and blah blah blah. So your story was like somebody helped you come a long way, and now all of a sudden this boy got something, you can't help him, you can't partnership, you can't help him and find an investment because you got money yourself. So I'm just saying, do you want the black community to like some of the shit you do? Oh, okay, we don't.
Yeah,
right.
Straight like that.
I'm just saying. Then you wonder why everybody on a Bad Boys record say you stole money from them. You robbed them. You wasn't a good manager. You wasn't a good a record company. Everybody on Bad Boys broke.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Me too. I believe you stole them from them. I believe you stole their royalties. I believe you worked the shit out of them, and they all half of them got the money and they broke.
But a lot of them be stealing. Like they even caught like Beyonce like taking like dances, and Megan Thee Stallion recently taking dances from New Orleans, from the guy Skip, the Big Frida's dancer. Like this is what these people do. They comb the internet all day, just like. Trying to remix other people's shit. They're not that creative, guys. Like they're creative and they just have popularity and they can get it out there faster. And it's just unfortunate.
These artists remix the new songs remix old songs and put their own spin on it, and it's been done time and time. And I guess the same thing happens with any other business.
So do y'all think that the laws need to change on this then? Maybe they need to get more stricter. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. And especially you stealing from a young black brother. You stealing from a young black brother. Digga, you black too. Ain't you got some kids? Don't you? I'm just asking some questions. Don't you have some kids?
There's laws in place like there's copyright laws and all of that. Yeah. But maybe, like you said, more stricter laws. I don't know what can be more stricter than having to pay somebody, but.
And the probably the teenagers struggling to get the money together to get it off the ground running. I just feel that at some point money shouldn't come first. I'm sorry. I just think that your integrity as a person and as a human being, like, shouldn't come first. It is nothing for you, Diddy, to pay this boy a cut.
Yeah, but Diddy's trash. I mean, look how he's trash. Like, he takes over people's careers. Like, he will overpromise and underdeliver every time to people. He's been doing this since the 90s. Like, just, taking from people. That's unfortunate that the young guy got caught up in that. But I'm glad he was able to speak out, and glad that now we are in the know about it. But unfortunately, we're not gonna be talking about it next week. And Diddy's gonna take off with that big booming platform, and that little boy is just gonna be somewhere in the wind.
He ain't gonna pay him nothing, give him nothing for all the hard work he put into that app himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a shame, Diddy. You wrong for that. I'm telling you, you wrong for that downright.
Look how he treated his women. Like he trash.
He ain't no good trash.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
So the next topic is the Housewives of Potomac. Miss Candice Dillard has come out and has said that Ashley Darby, her co-star, doesn't get as much hate from fans because she's light-skinned.
That's bullshit.
I want to know what's everyone's thoughts on that. Are we having a colorism issue?
No, we don't have no colorism. No, because Ashley haven't did the things Candice have did. And Candice talked too damn much. She incites fights. She antagonizes black women. And so you want us to feel sorry for you because you got heat from the public. No, I don't feel sorry for you. All the heat. Ashley ain't done nothing much as Candice have done on the show. And I have watched it since day one, okay? And I didn't even like Ashley on the first season. I think she was just dumb, stupid, and marrying that old man. How about that?
Yeah, I wasn't feeling Ashley at first either, but I've grown to love her now.
Yes, I like
off the seasons. And I would just be like, if that was true, then not Robin, what's her name? The other one that was married to Giselle. Then Giselle would be getting as much love too, but people hate Giselle too because she's shady as hell. Yeah. She's shady. So I mean, I agree with you with the fact that Candice is messy. She's messy. She's getting called out on it, and she don't like it. And I just realized Monique ain't even coming back.
Yeah, Monique's on the next show. Anytime.
Which one is that? Is that the older one? The older lady?
No, she's the young, beautiful, black, skinny one that's married to the big football player.
Oh, okay.
But anytime your mama hit you upside the head and she a therapist, something wrong with all y'all in y'all family, because your mama is a professional therapist and she hit you upside her head with her purse. All the people in that family. I'm just saying, let's be honest. Something wrong with all y'all. Okay. So Candice is a spoiled brat and I can't stand her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to like Candice, but she just like moaning and crying about every damn thing. I like her husband. Her husband Chris is cool. Yes. She just gets on my damn nerves. She's been moaning for the last 2 seasons. She's acting like she's the victim, but she gives it out all the time to everybody. And she just didn't think anybody was gonna test her. So when Monique came, and when Monique was pregnant. Monique was pregnant. Hit you. You must be crazy.
I'll drag you while I'm pregnant.
I will drag you.
I was like, "Oh, Monique."
I couldn't believe the rest of the. I couldn't believe that the rest of the crew actually was against Monique with that whole situation. I was shocked when they all wanted to stop talking and hanging around Monique because she's dangerous. She's the one that's gonna hurt our look in the public.
To me, right there was colorism, and the reason I say right there is because Karen is high yellow, Giselle and Robin, and they all three high yellow women was like, "Oh, it's so dangerous. Y'all ain't dangerous. Nothing like ain't gonna hurt y'all." Like Candice was pulling with her hair, she was pulling her thing. I'm like, yeah, I would stop it too. I would throw a grass at it too. You know, just don't mess with me. I mean, just being honest. You might catch me on the wrong day and say some stupid shit to me. Like.
I honestly believe that Candice was actually playing up the whole thing for the cameras.
Yes.
I think she was playing up for the cameras, acting like she's a badass, and she never thought her co-star was gonna drag her. She never believed that her co-star was like, you know what, I've had enough of you, and I'm about to show you, cameras or no cameras, don't mess with me. She didn't believe that was ever gonna happen, and that's all it is.
And Monique wasn't pregnant either. She said, look, I'm not pregnant no more. This is a new season. I'll drag you like I said I was going to do the last season. And Monique already told the girl she's from the hood. She said, I'm from the hood. I don't play that games. So I'm like, okay, well, the girl tell you she's from the hood.
Well, so do you think this is the textbook scenario of the darker skinned people saying it's because I'm black, because I'm dark?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Because Ashley haven't fought with nobody. Ashley was always a little Dixie girl.
Yeah. I remember her back when I used to watch reality TV.
What have Ashley done that makes somebody want to fight her? What have she done that makes somebody want to like beat her?
But maybe they brought the girl on, the Candice girl, you know, for controversy. You know,
Candice wanted a new season. She wanted a new check. So to fight Monique, she was gonna be on the next season because she was gonna be fired anyway. Everybody didn't like her ass anyway, and so she wanted that. Her mama was paying her mortgage because she couldn't afford that house she was living in, and she wanted to buy that house. So Chris, I don't know, but I think Chris is Chris makes food.
Chef.
He's a chef. Okay. He don't make that much money either. So Candice wanted the new season to get a new house. That's what she got. She got a new house now. In the new season, we got a new house.
And that's why she beat Monique to the punch by going and filing these charges on her. Well, no, when you started it. I'm like, you started that. How are you going to go and file assault charges on someone else when you started the fight?
You started the fight.
You know, and I think Monique was just like, I don't need this. Like, I got money. I'm good. I don't need this show. I'm done.
Yeah, Monique was like, her husband's like, oh, we out of this. We're not doing this. Her husband was like, oh no, we're not doing this. We got plenty of money. We got houses. We got stuff. We don't need this. And her husband's like, and plus the women started a rumor and said Monique's her last child he had wasn't by her husband either, by her trainer. So her husband's like, I'm out. Her husband's like, I don't have to put up with this.
That's too much.
Too much. And and Candice. I can't believe she tried to throw Ashley because Ashley's light skinned and really now if you would have picked Giselle or Robin or Karen, I could see it. But Ashley, no mess. All Ashley want to do is have some kids with the old man.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, she want to do
it." She did. Did she ever get those kids?
2 kids by the old man. 2 kids by.
She did.
Yes. All Ashley.
Good for her. Because I know she was pressed, baby, when she first got on there. She had a plan, a whole checklist.
Yeah, because Ashley
she wanted was her husband to give her
in the restaurant.
In the restaurant.
The hell he
I remember that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say if this was Giselle or Karen or Robin, Ashley wanted some kids. She was homeless. Her mama was homeless. Ashley wanted a good life and some kids with that old man, and she got it. I'm like, really?
I don't know why though, because he seemed to remember how they had. I don't know if y'all know, but you know, so they used to have menage a trois with other women involved, and then her husband started going and having one-on-ones with these other women without Ashley.
Yep.
And that's like some real mess last season and the season before that because he's so dumb he keeps getting caught.
He old though.
Yeah, I know.
What kind of menage is that?
God actually owned up to it. She came forward and told the camera last season.
Girl, what he do? Sit in the chair and look?
We don't know. He was an old man, but honey, he like other people. He like other people And Ashley was down with it. Ashley was down with it to after she had them kids. And she
what in the Viagra?
Ashley was down with it until she had them kids, and she wanted to revise that prenup agreement. She was like, "If you cheat, this is how much you gonna pay me." Oh, she sure did. After she had them kids, she said, "Oh, it's where money reside now." She had that revised by her lawyer. Ashley ain't no fool either. I was like, that's a good thing, Ashley.
Well, I'm glad we all came to, and we all have the same feelings on Ashley. We don't think Ashley did anything. I don't think that she's hated less. I think she's hated less because she's just somebody that people genuinely like.
She's just ditzy.
The last couple of seasons. She is ditzy.
Yeah, she's just trying to get her coin.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
She wanted them babies. She got the babies she wanted, and
but it does seem like Candice is like a Kenya Moore, like a a problem, a problem child.
And Giselle.
Yeah, Giselle, yeah, but I don't know. Giselle is just that's in her spirit, baby. She's one of the most shady. That ain't on her. That's in her. Yeah.
To me, if you want to say somebody is light skin privilege, that is Giselle Bryant right there. That's Giselle Bryant. You want to say?
I get that. Yeah. I don't dislike her though, like y'all do. But I don't.
I like Giselle.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't really watch the show either, but
extremely entertaining to watch. I love Giselle.
Yeah,
I'm just saying she's the shady one.
Like, I saw her and Jamal was trying to get back, and then they not back.
That was a storyline. They ain't get back.
Oh, okay.
In the whole time,
officially, they've broken up now. They're done.
Yeah, I saw that in the blog.
Yeah, that was a storyline for her to stay on the show because she didn't have no storyline this season. I'm just saying.
So I have a question. Moving on to the next topic. I have a question. I have a question. No. So in the news, 2 students were taken out of the school because during their Black History class, I want to say it was the Black History class.
Social studies.
Yes. Social studies. During their social studies class, the students were asked to basically pick cotton like they would do back in the day. The parent, their mom was, and there was only 2, I think they're twins. I think the sisters were twins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are.
And they were the only Black kids in the class. And they felt very uncomfortable with it. They told their mom, and then their mom complained to the school. The school kind of was backing up the teacher and said that the teacher didn't do anything wrong. So the mom was like, if you're not going to do anything about it, I'm taking my kids out of the school. And she pulled the kids out of the school. So I want to know, do you think the school was wrong? Do you think the parent was wrong? What are your thoughts on cleaning cotton?
My kids wouldn't do that shit. I would have been told, like, don't do that shit. We ain't in slavery. I'm sorry. We don't pick cotton. I ain't never had. We damn sure ain't gonna pick one either. And I don't give a damn what the history books say. That was just wrong to them kids. And then the other kids, they're the only 2 Black kids in the classroom, and the other kids looking at them like, oh, that's what y'all do? No, we don't do that either. And then, and the teacher gonna say, well, I didn't see it that way. Well, how the hell you didn't see it that way? If they're Black and you saying picking cotton, are you picking cotton too? I'm just asking some questions with the teacher.
I'm not understanding why these are still field trips. At this point, why is this still a thing? Why are we still taking students to cotton fields in the first place?
Well, she brought it to the class.
She brought it to the school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In any case.
Yeah.
What was the purpose for them specifically to hold the cotton or pick the cotton? Was she using them as
it's Black history? That's what Black people used to do. Okay, that's what
they're just teaching them what happened in slavery days and stuff like that.
But so use the kids as an example.
Yeah.
So my take is, I think it was important to mention too that the mom of the daughters was white. They're mixed.
I was gonna say she was white. I was gonna say that, but I just left it alone.
Yeah, I get you. But I before taking offense, I was trying to look at big picture, I guess, and it wasn't like they took the 2 mixed kids in the class and said, y'all picked this cotton, but it was for the entire class to do. And I think I took it as just kind of looking at, you know, what went on back in the day. You little kids go play Indians and Pilgrims around Thanksgiving, right? In elementary. We black people go get married on these plantations like we wasn't over there, you know, digging and doing all kind of crazy foolishness over there on them. So I think it was a lesson to show, or maybe it could have taught white people how difficult it was to do something, because you think now they may think picking cotton is like picking flowers, like, oh, you black people weren't really doing anything. But maybe if they could see firsthand how, you know, difficult it was, how many pounds you had to bring in, you know, for 2 cents or whatever, or just to sleep on the land, you know, I think maybe it would probably open up their eyes to the difficulty it was in being black back in the day. But so I didn't see it as being racist. I saw it as a lesson, an experience.
To some little kids, I mean, I'm asking really. To some little girls, they
weren't little though. They were
big.
Middle school. Yeah.
It was like what, 6th grade? Like they like 6th grade. Come on now, y'all really think they're gonna comprehend picking cotton is that big a deal? No, their mama was, because she was upset and crying in white. Okay, so she understood what that means. And I
think it's the way you look at it. I think it's what you make it out to be.
I'm with Nick. I'm sorry. So
I'm with the
what?
My kids ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Oh,
because just the type of person that I am as well. I don't think the school was doing anything wrong. Maybe they should have sent a notice out first to say, like, to the parent, give the parents a heads up that this is the next lesson or whatever. And if you object to your child taking part, then let me know. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, for something like me, this is going to sound crazy to people, but I actually would probably have enjoyed that class, because I want to know what my ancestors went through. I want to know what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all great reading about it and seeing it, but I want to feel it. I want to see it. I'm inquisitive like that. Like, I want to understand or see how bad it was. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I would have actually found it pretty cool. So I wouldn't have taken offense to it. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken
we're black.
Them
kids are mixed and they mama white. So she put them out of school. She thought it was so bad. She pulled them out of school.
That's because she fooled with a black man already. And so she sees everything, you know, as she's in mommy mode now. Everything has to be overtly like racist. You know, and it probably was innocent. And that's another thing about how we're always just like, you can't say this, you can't do that, you know. And they did do, you know, an independent investigation, and like, they didn't have them singing Wade in the Water as they was picking, you know. So, I mean, I really think it was just an experience. I think it was to teach kids, like anything, like you teach kids. Yeah. And it was firsthand, because I don't even know how to pick cotton, which is crazy. I was like, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe you'll have a better appreciation or understanding for it. And I know that some, like you said, you deemed them at sixth grade. I don't really know what grade they were in, but
they did 6th grade.
Okay.
6th grade.
Yeah, okay. So I don't really know how that 6th grade brain works, because back in the 6th grade, I don't know if I was like, you know, emotionally intelligent enough to pull what my 36-year-old self is pulling from it now. So to put myself in those girls' shoes, I can't say that the girls were like, we didn't like it, we didn't want to do it. Yeah. And so,
and one sister did say, I for 15 minutes I stopped, and then I didn't want to get in no trouble, so I went ahead and did the exercise.
Mm-hmm. So it did make them feel away.
Mm-hmm. In today's world,
I feel like the teacher shouldn't have forced it on them. If they didn't want to take part, then just let it be. You know. Sorry, Nita. Go ahead.
I would say in today's world, and with everything that's going on the internet right now, all of the kids know what feels right and what doesn't feel right. They're very much vocal, especially in middle school and high school. So if they felt the way, it came from somewhere, and they just need to be guided in the right direction on how to feel about certain things.
Yeah. So because it's the way the adults react. Yeah.
Right. Right. So I think had they maybe would have been a little more educated on exactly what was going on, they wouldn't feel the way that they feel. I mean, they took it away because that's what they've been being taught at home. Obviously, because the mom came in and made a big fuss about it. So I feel like if the kids were taught differently to see things a little differently, it wouldn't be such a big thing. It would have been just what it was for was an experience.
Yeah,
Right.
I
And
agree with that.
I don't think anyone's wrong. Like I don't think the parents wrong or the kids are wrong for feeling the way that they did. But then at the same time, I don't necessarily think that the schools did anything wrong either. I kind of just don't feel that
Well, some of
anything
these teachers
is
ain't sensitive.
wrong.
I'm sorry. Some of these teachers is like downright dumb to me. They just do dumb shit. Okay, period. That's 100. When it comes to Black history, they find the dumbest shit to do. I'm just like,
I'm just glad they passed just giving a paragraph on Martin Luther King and Harriet Tubman and moving on. And they're because
Listen, so I not to give like too much detail about my little life, whatever, but so I'm an educator and I work with a white teacher. He doesn't celebrate none of the holidays, none of anything. Especially Black History Month, not especially Black History Month, but when Black History Month does roll around, I make it my business to put all of the Black history in my kids' face. Other than Martin Luther King, Thurgood Marshall, Harriet Tubman, like the regular, subjects that we talk about. Like I make sure that I talk to them about all of it as much as I can talk about it. And they even have lessons now in the books. Surprisingly enough, there are lessons that actually tell the students about what actually happened. They're not whitewashed. They say this is what happened and this is what the Indians did. This is what Blacks had to go through. This is what. So I feel like they're trying to do a better job as far as trying to explain Black history. Even in my in my children's high school, they have Black history courses, and it's not whitewashed Black history. It's actual Black history, like the same type of stuff you will learn in college, like type Black history. So I feel like they're trying to make some efforts into explaining our Black history more to the kids. I mean, because with all of this information that's out there now, there's no way that we can just keep trying to hide what our Black history was. So again, like I said, I feel like for this whole situation, the teacher, I wish when I was in school that the teacher would show me some cotton. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too. Sure.
I don't know what cotton feels like. I've seen it, but I don't know what it feels like. And it would have been something for me to go, oh my God, this is what they were picking. Like if they actually would have got the plant out of the ground and let me pull the cotton out of the plant and maybe so I can feel what it felt like. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just wish we would have had that. I'm guessing, I don't know because I wasn't there, but I'm guessing that that's what the teacher had in mind.
It's making it interactive. It's giving you a little something else to do whilst you're learning. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot that goes into education of you actually doing something than you just always reading about it in the books. Sometimes kids a lot of time want to be interactive.
So Real is saying he's arguing with me in the chat about what do you say? What's the point in learning how to do something that happened 300 years ago? Everything we learn happened years ago, right? Everything we're ever taught. That's what history is. But I really do think that it's an experience, and I think that I think it's important these days for kids to get real-time experience, especially in the age of the internet where these kids can't even hold a conversation with each other face to face. They don't know how to shake hands. They don't know how to articulate themselves because they're used to sitting behind a screen or, behind a computer. And I just think that it's important to get real world interactions under your belt. And I don't think like climbing a wall is offensive, but I think that showing what slaves used to do, like to make it in this society, is big. I think we're not looking at the bigger picture here. I think we're just ready to take offense to everything that falls in our lap. Anything that got to do with being Black, oh, that's racist or whatever. But if it can teach, like I would love for my son to know the struggle, it was firsthand on how, he even got here, And I think it's deeper than the surface. And like V said, maybe there should have been a letter, that goes out to your parents to see who wants to participate and who doesn't.
Won't they find people who are black on the school board and find people who black teachers are and get together and figure out how to do a lesson on Black history?
But they even made the white kids pick cotton. That's why I'm saying this can't be racist because the white kids are doing it. Now, if they had the two mixed girls and were like, y'all need to do this for Black History Month or whatever, then yeah. But if they have the entire class here together learning the struggle and what it was, that's like learning about
at the school. Did they got any other Black teachers at the school?
I don't know.
Maybe she was there, that's a little insensitive, and maybe they could have found something else to do one experiment a little better. I'm just saying that some of these teachers don't.
I kind of think that's a little extra because, let's be real.
Well, some of these white teachers don't know how to. I'm just saying some of these white teachers does stupid shit when it comes to Black History Month. And so what I'm saying is, if your fellow teacher who's a Black woman, a Black man, might get together and say, "Man, but won't you we could do a co-ed something?" I don't know. I take it on a PlayStation somewhere.
I get it, but I'm just saying, we all know how schools work. Certain students are assigned to certain classes.
But don't you got you got teachers' aides. It's a diverse in the school, and I'm saying is maybe she could have went out and found somebody who is diverse in the school to help her with this lesson that she done because she was being insensitive to them mixed children. How about that? Because if it was with my kids, because my kids are mixed, okay, and I damn sure if this happened, I'll be taking my kids out of the damn school too, and I'll be damn mad. How about that?
So yeah, I guess you missed it. No, she was saying that the two it was that there were two mixed, or what y'all call Black kids. There were two, I call them two mixed kids in the class that took offense to it, and their white mother pulled them out. But the rest of the class was white, so it wasn't just like they were pinpointing. That's why I can't really. I mean, man, it's so much racism that does go on. It's like, come on, y'all. Like,
that's
really.
I feel like.
Shit. This is making me angry.
Victims every 5 seconds when it comes to anything that's race, which is touchy about it. And I'm not saying that racism isn't a bad thing. It is, but I just think that we really need to assess when this could be something educational and not something that was targeted towards against us. You see what I'm saying? I feel like you really just need to assess it. You can't just go off your emotions and your feelings every single time, and I don't think that
we need to know why we're so easily triggered. I'm sorry, V.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm not triggered. I'm not triggered at all. But
I'm saying not you personally, Andrea. But I'm just saying, as a people, because you're not the only one that feels that way, Andrea. A lot of people, and I'm trying to get why everything that happens, because I'm thinking about personally. I had a friend. I'll be quick, but an older friend. I was in my early 20s, and this lady was 40 something. We used to work together, and just her way of thinking, I was like, I don't see this going anywhere, this friendship, because she just, everything was about race. Oh, they don't like us. We're at work, oh, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. And I'm like, why don't you just work harder? Why don't you just, you the one sitting back talking about what you ain't gonna do, and the other person that is doing it, oh, they just kissing ass and things like that. But no, it's I'm doing what I need to do to climb the ladder and doing my job. And instead of sitting around complaining, but I feel like a lot of older people feel that way. And I just, it's an excuse at this point. It's an excuse to make it okay to be on the bottom.
Well, I'm just saying some of these white teachers do stupid shit when it comes to Black History Month. And there's plenty of examples.
I agree. Okay. I agree.
So what I'm saying is, won't she, if you got a Black staff on a Black teacher who's on your staff, go to her and say, "Hey girl, I'm doing Black History Month. Can you help me?" Something like that. That's all I'm saying. Communicate with your other teachers. Okay, I would. If I was white, I would. Okay, I'm just saying. But I'm saying is they're a little insensitive to our kids, and then when you wonder why our kids get upset and say, "Hell no, we ain't doing that," because they feel disrespected too.
But what is insensitive about showing people the truth?
Right. I just
because
don't
when
think
they,
it was.
I'm not saying the picking the cotton. That is the truth, and I don't know what a picking cotton is, but what I'm saying is maybe she could have gone. I got a black teacher, okay, and helped them with the lesson, and it could have been better for the whole kids. But at the end of the day, this mama is white. She had a problem with that. Obviously, she got some sensitive feelings about that too, and her kids are biracial, so she had some sensitive feelings to get kid out of school.
So why is it okay for them to do the pilgrim shit, the pilgrim and the Indian, and they shaking hands and hugging like they didn't just give them smallpox and rape them and kill them off? Like that's insensitive to me because they're creating a facade and steering our kids in the wrong direction.
I think that we as a community, I think that we need to educate our kids the best way that we know how. And I don't. This is a touchy subject. I agree, Derek. It is a touchy subject, right? But at the same time, I just feel like we can't scream, this is a racist situation or this is racism every single time. We need to stop being a victim to it. How do we move forward? We can't move forward if we keep on holding those bad feelings. And I don't want to raise my kids to feel that way or to look at life that way. I
don't want you to raise them like that either, child.
I'm sorry, because I just feel like you're always going to have that bad, negative energy on you, and you're going to look at every white person as a bad person. I know a lot of Black people that do feel that way, that are very strong about it. Like Neek said, that you meet and you come across and everything's racist. Oh, they racist. Oh, you see how they listened? You see how she gave me that piece of paper? Like, oh my God.
Yes.
Like, stop. Like, it's too much. I just think that, I can't, look, we can't make people feel any differently from how they feel, but I just don't feel that every single thing is a target against Black people or every single thing is an issue. I don't look at life like that. Instead, why are we not educating our kids to, when these types of things happen in class, if they were picked out and they were the only two, I can completely understand.
Yeah.
I would be going crazy my damn self. But the whole class was doing it. It's the topic of the class. I don't see how my kids are getting singled out in that type of situation. Instead, why don't my kids feel that it's kind of cool like I would, and find it as an educational thing and take it in as, oh my God, this is what my ancestors did.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of what I feel that we can be mad, we can be sad about what our ancestors went through, but sometimes going through what they went through and really putting yourselves out there, like going to Africa, seeing it and all those types of things, I think that really gives you a real sense and a real idea of maybe like just a little bit more of how it felt to be there back then in those days. I think that's more what we need to be focusing on, teaching our kids, rather than they got it out for us. A white teacher's teaching us how to pick cotton. Like, no, I'm sorry, no. I don't think the teacher did anything wrong, and I agree with the school for turning around and saying they investigated it and nothing happened, nothing was wrong. I mean, if there's white teachers, then there's white teachers. Maybe there ain't a Black teacher in that school. We don't know. Shoot, that could have been right there up in Beverly Hills. I don't know. Shoot.
Yeah. I agree. All right.
That's how I feel on that. But yeah.
Well.
That's going to be a long conversation. It always is, y'all. Okay. So, Scott and Contessa for Married to Medicine. This is an interesting topic. So, they were talking in the last episode, and Scott apparently has always been against counseling of any kind. Contessa's always had a life coach and has gone to counseling and believes it, and he's always kind of against it. He revealed to his wife on the show that he's been speaking to a female counselor, to a female life coach for the last 6 months, and he isn't paying her for her services. He didn't feel that he needed to tell his wife. And Contessa thinks that is crazy. And what on earth is going on, considering you have a therapist that you don't pay and a female. Oh, and he met her on the internet.
Yeah, because Scott had plenty of time when your wife was out in the next country somewhere doing school and she got too much other things to do. Man, I'm just saying, Scott too busy working and she just complaining about everything. And then she always complaining about finding a new adventure. That's why Scott is cheating, okay? I'm just saying.
So you think Scott's cheating or you think he's talking to a counselor?
I think Scott is cheating now.
He may be exercising options.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't. She's a therapist, but he ain't paying her.
I just need to know if I knew the foundation of their marriage because.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you.
Well, no. By this I mean the do's and don'ts, like that are written down. Like so, maybe it's okay for him to talk to.
No, he
women.
was against talking to a therapist. Scott was, but the wife pushed him to the
edge. I said maybe it's okay for him to talk to other women. And what I was gonna say was without her knowing. Maybe that's not a big thing. Maybe I don't know. I gotta know their dynamic there to kind of judge what may or may not be going on there. But because if they have the regular traditional marriage, then that's wrong because you're supposed to tell your spouse like everything, I guess, however that goes.
It seems like they have a regular traditional marriage.
Yes.
Okay. So then he should have at least let her know, like, hey, I'm talking to this person, just so you know, just getting some insight. She's not charging me, I wouldn't jump to conclusions and say that he's cheating, though. I wouldn't.
But when your wife leaves you and doing COVID to go to school in another state and leave with the 2 kids, expect you to be the housemaid, the husband, and do all that, and then you keep finding something new because you're bored about. I don't know what's going on in your marriage, but this is why Scott's doing the hell she ain't doing, because she's finding something new without him.
Yeah, maybe he's lonely.
Yes.
I mean, well, he said the last 6 months. And I don't think he's lonely in the last 6 months because she's been back home.
Well, she's been back home, but she got a new practice now. She spent most of the time doing that
with him.
Doing
all the practices together, though. The practices together. They're both jointly running that practice.
He ain't moved to the new practice yet. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he hasn't, but I'm saying that practice is both of theirs. I mean, I'm sure they would spend a lot of hours talking about it.
She has too much finding too many new adventures. Okay, she's bored at home with him, and that's why Scott is doing him, because she finds something new all the time. And when you gotta find something new all the time, that's something wrong with your marriage. And this my thing. She even put out that she thought Scott was cheating to other women on the show. If you put out your husband cheating, that's a downfall of your marriage already. Because
but that was because Andrea, because she's been saying to Scott in episodes for forever now that it feels like there's a disconnect between us. Like, what is it? What's going on? Let's go to counseling. Let's fix. She really has been trying to work on her marriage. And he's been like, no, we don't need to go.
And Scott's been like, you've been selfish. You've been selfish. You want to go to school in Tennessee. You want to do this. You want to do that. We got these kids. We got a house. We got a mortgage, a car.
But he told her to go, though. He supported her and told her to go.
She didn't have no choice. She didn't give him no choice. She said, I'm going to do this. And he didn't have no choice. And then
she's always been overly ambitious.
You come home from school. This made me mad with her. That's why I'm saying he cheated on her. He come home from school and she gonna say, "Well, ain't nobody cook." Where you been? Well, I've been cooking, cleaning, and taking kids to sports and working. Come on now. Enough is enough.
She working too. I mean, I just, my thing is he knows who he married before he married her. So we can't just use that as an excuse like, oh, she's automatically going to change now because she's his wife. People don't change like that. You see what I'm saying?
They had an agreement. They had an agreement where he said it because she wanted to drag Scott to every country in every way because she was in the military. And Scott said, look, I want to move to Atlanta. I want to have my kids. I want to stay I don't want to keep moving. Okay, and so my thing is this: if you knew the kind of man you married, and you knew that he didn't want to be dragged all over the country, you should not marry that man. Then, if that's what you wanted for your career.
She agreed to stay there. She agreed to move to Atlanta.
But yeah, still you want to go back to school in another state somewhere else, away from the kids and you and Scott. He didn't agree to that.
They offered.
He didn't agree to that. He didn't agree to that.
But that's where they offered her. I mean, I just don't like. I feel like a marriage is a partnership, right? And I get it. Like,
yeah.
But I don't feel that a partner should stifle their partner or not support their partner's growth. It's not like she was going out there to do anything. Like, my thing is, she's not going out there to do something that's not the best decision for the marriage. You know what I'm saying? She's out there getting an education so that she can get a bigger qualification so that she can bring in more money into this household. Just like, you know, and it's great that he's comfortable like that. But like we've been saying, sometimes men are fine and comfortable with certain things, and women are going that extra step more and want to go and get it. I don't think you can knock her for wanting to do better for herself.
I'm just asking, how many times you gonna change them? Because when we first started on the Housewives, you said, I want to be at home with the kids, and then kids got your damn nerves. You said, I want to be at home with the kids. So how many times you gonna change on the man? He trying to figure out the same thing about you. What are you doing?
I don't know, because I love Robin to death. Robin one-on-one. Robin like that too. Robin will switch and come up with a new idea or something new that she want to do like that.
Everybody don't.
She will. I mean, and her husband's supporting her because he knows that that's his wife. He knows how adventurous she is, or that maybe, you know, sometimes she just wants to do something different. You know, I'm just saying, it's the same thing. I feel like it's the same thing. I don't feel like, I get what you're saying, but then, okay, so someone's going to be upset and hurt, right? Why are we not supporting each other and pushing each other to do better and to build? Like, I know Nick, for instance, if she was in this situation, I know Nick would be like, look, we're going to go get the money, okay? We're going to provide and do better for our family. Let's go.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be complaining either. So I wouldn't be complaining to my homegirls either. Like, if he's seeing
why you ain't cooking? Why the kids eat McDonald's? She can't come home and say that to the husband when you out here getting your money and you doing better. You can't say that to the man because he feels unappreciated by you. While you out there in school, I got the kids, the sports. I got a full-time job. I'm a doctor myself. Last time I checked, I'm bringing some money up in this house too, some good money. And you can't respect me. You can't be a little nice. I might not wash all the clothes like you wanted, but baby, I'm doing the best I can. It's a two-way street.
It's a two-way street, and that's why I'm saying.
That girl is bored, okay? I'm telling you, she's always got to find something new. And then I'm saying this. Yeah. You knew that you got a husband like Scott, okay? I'm just saying, if you knew you got a man like him, maybe you should not marry him. You need to find somebody who can match your personality, always finding something new. He's like, I'm not finding nothing new. I'm happy in my career. I'm happy in what I'm doing. We got our kids, and then we good.
But that could be a thing. They've been married for a while, though. Yeah, that they may be in a different. Maybe at the time that was what worked for them, you know. And then as people grow, you know, and as you get older, I think it is, you know, and more settled in who you are, you know, you're different. And
but Scott,
maybe that's what he's talking about to the therapist.
The thing is, Scott haven't changed. It's Contessa.
Right.
And
and Contessa hasn't changed either. I think she's
changed.
I do.
She's just overly ambitious. She's always been like that from what I can remember.
So that's why I say when she said that on the last season, not this past season, the last season, she said Scott made her give up her military career. I think she still has a resentment against her husband about giving up her military career. And if you're gonna do that, you gotta marry the man then. You knew how
maybe, but you know what? That's one of the because that's compromise. That's a real relationship. At the end of the day, sometimes, okay, he didn't want to keep moving. The military life was a lot for him. Okay, cool. Well, she's home now, but she just wants to do better for herself. Why can't you support me through that? Why is it that I need to give up on every single thing that I want to do?
How many times have he changed on Scott? 1 minute she said, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. The next minute, I want to have a practice. Next minute, I want to do this. The man said, damn, I'm tired.
I think she was doing, I think a lot of those things too weren't necessarily things like, for instance, when she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I think number one, it was just the guilt of the fact that she worked so much, right? And I think a lot of parents go through that. If you're not home with your kids a lot and you're like a doctor or surgeon or whatever, you're always in the hospital, you're always on call, you always got to go, right? And you get to a point where you probably do want to spend time with your kids. And then most likely as a joint decision as husband and wife, it probably was, oh, you know what? Yeah, I think I want to be home. Well, we can financially afford it, stay home. And it works better because she's taking home with the house and the kids.
And she didn't
like
saying she hated it.
But Andrea, sometimes we do stuff that we don't know we don't like until you
until you get in it. Yeah.
Come on. I got some friends who are good mamas, but they do not like being at home with them kids. They're mamas. This ain't fun for me.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that sometimes, that sometimes you don't know that you don't like something, or maybe that's what she really felt, that she could give up her career and be at home and stay at home with the kids because she missed her kids so much, right? But it didn't work out. Like, she missed her job. She wants to be a great mom, but at the same time, she misses her job. And that's why she should have
known better. To me, that's why she should have known better. She should have known, look, I love my kids. I'm a great mom, but I don't want to be with them all day. I don't like them like that. And so I need to go back.
She probably have to try it though.
How many times she gonna do it to her husband? He's like, okay, so he agrees. This is a marriage, a partnership. Listen to this. Okay, so I agree to be a stay-home mom. The pay gonna go down. We gonna miss some stuff down. And now I'm deciding I don't want to be her stay-home mom. I want to go back to work. That's like,
well, I know for a fact I don't want to be no damn stay-at-home mom. I ain't gonna lie. I never had it in me. And I'll be damned. I may be that person that wants to go get an education and better myself. I don't know. I'm not gonna knock her. Because at the end of the day, it's not for everybody.
I'm not knocking her one bit, but what I do think is the reason it's got all these issues with her, and I'm gonna say this again: when you on a reality show, and the minute you say your husband is cheating on a reality show to some other women on the reality show, that's a downfall of your marriage right there. I'm just saying. So when you put it out in the atmosphere, it's gonna happen.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if he's cheating or he ain't cheating. I don't know. Everyone else seems to think that he is cheating.
He may be. But and depending on how you view cheating, if you already are speaking to someone outside of your marriage, telling your problems, that could be a form of cheating as well.
It's emotional cheating.
Right. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, I think Scott messed up when he didn't tell his wife, you know what? Oh yeah, by the way, I'm starting to talk to a life coach, because he knows his wife is into that.
And then, that could have been like a fan that pinpointed some problems maybe and reached out to him, and, could have been a easy, simple conversation, and that led to more conversations. You know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, "Oh, I better."
Not on payroll. He said that he ain't paying enough.
Scott is talking to a therapist, somebody he ain't told his wife for 6 months. That's something he's hiding, okay? And then to me, if my mama always said this, if you're hiding something small, you're hiding something big. Scott is hiding something big.
But is he hiding or is he just living his life though? That's the thing. Like, is he just talking to somebody like?
On your wife, if you ain't telling your wife who's been begging you to go to a therapist, who's been begging you to go, there's a problem already in this marriage.
Yeah.
6 months? You talking to a woman for 6 months, and
I really think that this is the issue or the end game of being on reality TV. Lots of couples just don't make it. It's just way too much, and
you're showing everything.
It's probably the beginning of the end, because
and Scott, when they first came on, Scott was quiet. You barely hear Scott. So that tells me it's something that is cracking in this marriage, and it's mostly her. Okay, I'm just saying she always.
But he's not the only one though. All of the husbands are pretty quiet. I mean, they're starting to talk now, but majority of the time, a lot of the times before, the guys were rarely on the show. Like they would come in like they're having a meal or something, right? But the guys weren't really even on the show either. It was more about the women. It's always been about the women.
Yes,
I mean,
but I'm saying you can see the progress of Scott. And, you know, I like Scott. To me, I think Scott's a great man. Okay, I do. I like Scott. I'm a Scott fan. I can't stand his damn wife, but who would be saying anything? But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I see Scott's point of view. I see his point of view about his wife.
You know, I really think that this lady is trying to navigate through life, and what she seems to me is just like a nomadic personality. Like she is trying to figure out her place in life, and sometimes that just changes. And I think it's important to allow people the room to grow and experiment and land on their feet. And that's the point of being in a marriage, right? And that's why I really hate traditional marriages, because there's no room when you feel in a way, you can't even express it or grow or, you know, take it by the horns and work through it, because you feel so bad about, oh, I want to do something different, or oh, now he's gonna say I'm inconsistent because now I really don't want to be at home. I want to go back to work, but at least I tried it, right? And you have all these guilt from your kids, guilt from your husband, guilt from your fans, you know, just it's a lot of pressure. And it's like, damn, why can't people just live their lives, you know, and have room to fuck up and room to grow? And, you know, and why can't that person have their back through it? You know, because that's what you're supposed to be doing is being a partner with somebody and helping them. So when they down, you down, you know, or you up when they down, I guess, and you hold them up, or vice versa. But at some point, I do think that it should end, right? So y'all, like I said, she's been doing this for years. And so now the question needs to be had of, is this working for us now, all these years down the line?
She's done. I think she's done now. I think, you know, she went and got her qualification that she needed, that she wanted. And now her husband.
She ain't done. She gonna do this to Scott one more time. She's unhappy with herself. And let me tell you something. Anytime she's unhappy with herself, you just find something else to do to occupy your time. She's unhappy with herself, and Scott is happy with him, the kids, and her. Okay, but she's unhappy with herself. That's why she keeps finding something new.
I think she's unhappy with her marriage. Yes. But I think this is her trying. I think that, you know, they're opening up a practice together. They're going to be working together, seeing each other every single day. You know, she's putting her energy into that. So she's home. She's going to be home more often. You know,
that could be worse.
Her and her husband are going to spend time together. You know, I mean, I think she's making the right steps for what he wants. For what he wants, she's making steps that are closer rather than going away. You see what I'm saying? She's home now. They're building a new clinic, and she's there all the time. She ain't going nowhere else. She ain't trying to get another degree right now.
Every husband and wife don't mean because we husband and wife got to work together. That's not. I want to see my husband every day at work. No,
a lot of husbands don't. A lot of them don't.
But it's a good financial decision. It's a good financial decision to not have to pay like 2, you know, mortgages or 2 rents or whatever you call it on, you know, different places, and then you can share systems and accounts and things like that. It's probably about finances.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see how she act this time. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know if they stay together, because this, like I said, this may be the beginning of the end. Because it's just becoming from talking to you guys, it's becoming apparent that, you know, nothing's working. Like he's in a more settled space and she's still nomadic. And like Andrea said, she's probably going to have to find somebody who can shake and move at this point in life along with her.
And to me, when people grow apart, we should learn how to say, look, I
let go. Yeah.
I love you, but you ain't the best partner for me right now. At this point, I need somebody who's gonna shake and move like I do. And I want you to find somebody who can move like you do and make you happy. You gotta learn to let go and make time love people from a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's still in it. And not drag her husband.
Your manic stuff.
And you know, you can love somebody, but you know. That doesn't mean, you know, you have to be together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm saying
true.
I'm saying she should gracefully move out that marriage and
Yeah.
let's find a woman who is content of what he's doing. Because it'll be plenty of women who love Scott and cherish his ass. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nita, would you like to say anything? She's been quiet for the whole last.
I don't know any of these people. I don't watch any of these shows, so I can't really.
Yeah, I don't really. Is your sound? Is your audio? Or is that me?
Am I not coming in clear on y'all end?
She sounds like she's a little.
No, I don't hear you clear, Nita.
No?
No, I don't hear you clear.
Mic check.
It still sounds. I mean, it's okay, but it's like echoey.
But you know what? On that note, so Vanessa here, V has a wonderful, amazing, original, beautiful piece from Miss Mama Goddess herself, Miss Randomly's new line that is coming out officially. Shanita launches on Saturday.
Yay!
We are so super duper excited and proud of Miss Shanita Marie Randomly on her new business venture. Shanita, would you like to talk to the people? Tell people where they can find you at, girl.
You can find me on IG at mama_goddess to you. Mama_goddess to you, the number 2. Follow me on Instagram for all of the updates concerning my website. I'm going to be launching my business on Etsy on Saturday. I have a lot of things to offer you all as far as crystal jewelry is concerned. I have earring hoops, I have studs, I have rings, necklaces, nose cuffs, as you can see. Nose cuffs, and all kind of designs, everything like that. So go check out the website. Rings like these, bracelets like these will be available to you on the website. So make sure you're connected to me on my IG so you know what the name of the website is, because I don't want to give it out just yet. I will give out the website on Saturday on my IG. So go ahead. Thank you, girl. Thank you.
So make sure you're following Miss Shanita Marie Randomly on both platforms, her business platform and her content creator platform, guys. And I just want to say thank you, ladies, and thank you to everybody that was in the chat that joined us for Ladies' Night. It was a great conversation. We got through a lot of topics. I hope that everybody has a great evening, and we will be back this Sunday for the Battle of the Sexes with the men at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you do not miss that show. We're going to give them the work, y'all. We're going to give them the work. All right, guys. Have a great night. We'll see you on Sunday. Bye, everyone.
Bye.